HGTV's hit show Bargain Block has taken it up a notch for season 3. Keith and Evan have more houses, bigger spaces, and face bigger obstacles than ever during the jaw-dropping transformations. Take a look.
For months, fans of Bargain Block have whispered about what's happening behind the cameras between Evan Thomas and Keith Bynum. Now, Evan finally breaks the silence. His words do not just confirm the rumors, they change everything. What he revealed has left fans stunned, and the truth is far more dramatic than anyone imagined. The heart of Bargain Block. When people tune in to HGTV's Bargain Block, they enter a world where seemingly hopeless houses are revitalized. Keith Bynum and Evan Thomas are the talented renovation experts at the heart of this uplifting show. They team up to transform dilapidated houses into beautiful homes, one project at a time. Not only do they work together, but they are also a couple, adding an extra layer of inspiration to their story. Shay Hicks Whitfield, a knowledgeable real estate expert, assists them in locating neglected properties that others would overlook. The show's beauty is found in both the makeovers and the reason behind them. Keith and Evan work together using their skills, creativity, and drive to transform old houses, giving them new life while keeping them affordable. Their goal is not to create extravagant homes for the rich, but cozy, attractive, and useful spaces for families in need. Another special aspect of the series is that their projects take place in Detroit, a city they are now proud to live in. Their tale goes beyond simply creating buildings. It also involves bravery, foresight, and passion. It centers around stepping out of comfort zones to chase after bigger aspirations. It showcases the ability to overcome obstacles and create new opportunities, impacting not just physical structures but entire communities.
Detroit has a really amazing history, and it also has a really amazing architectural history too, because there was one time where the city was the most wealthy city in the entire world.
They are playing a role in revitalizing neighborhoods by renovating houses one at a time. Keith and Evan's decision to move to Detroit was based on hope and vision. They moved to Detroit in August 2017 after living in Denver, Colorado. Living in Denver had provided them with important experiences. They had been buying and flipping homes there, trying out their ideas and skills in real estate. But working in Denver turned out to be tough. Dealing with clients was often stressful, and the real estate market wasn't as friendly as they had expected. On the contrary, Detroit welcomed Keith and Evan with open arms. The city, which used to have lots of empty and run-down houses, was perfect for people with big dreams like them. The community in Detroit supported their plan to renovate old houses into cozy homes. This approval gave them confidence to move to the city and start their project. Shay Hicks Whitfield, the real estate expert on the show, was immediately interested in working with Keith and Evan. What stood out to her was that their goal was not just making money by improving properties, but revitalizing entire communities. Their focus was not only on the aesthetics of homes, but also on providing affordable, personalized residences where families could thrive in the long term. Keith Bynum was raised in West Texas and had a strong relationship with his younger sister. Despite moving around, he always made an effort to spend time with his family. Keith is known for his early drive and imagination. He started studying business administration and management for his bachelor's degree in 2004. This experience helped him develop his entrepreneurial drive. He attended Texas Tech University, where he not only finished his bachelor's degree, but also obtained an MBA focused on entrepreneurship. From a young age, Keith showed he was talented and ambitious. By the time he was only 14, he had started his retail and manufacturing business. His hard work received attention on a national level, which would be satisfying for most people. However, Keith still felt unfulfilled. He realized his true passion lay in something more creative and hands-on than just the business world. He sold his business and shifted his attention to carpentry and woodworking. He began by making farmhouse tables and selling them on Craigslist. His love for design and building grew as he renovated his home and bought a property in the Rocky Mountains to fix up. This experience inspired a larger dream that he would soon talk about with Evan. Keith is more open about sharing his personal experiences, while Evan Thomas prefers to keep his private life private. Evan grew up in the Midwest and is known for his quiet strength and strong sense of purpose. Evan showed great commitment to his education. He finished his PhD at the University of Colorado Boulder in April 2017. His academic success shows his intelligence and determination, which balances out Keith's creative energy. When they work together, their strengths naturally complement each other, making them a strong team. Keith and Evan's romantic relationship and working together started to merge in Denver. Keith had already begun to explore the home renovation industry, and later Evan joined him on this journey. Together, they started to renovate houses, gradually figuring out what strategies were successful and which ones were not. However, Denver did not provide the best conditions for their growth. The job market was competitive, and the city did not offer the level of freedom they desired. Therefore, in August 2017, they decided to take a brave step. They packed up all their belongings into their car and embarked on a journey from Denver to Detroit. Their initial project in the new city was very personal, their house. The house they selected was not ready for occupancy. It did not have a working kitchen and bathroom. The plumbing and electrical systems mandated extensive repairs. While many might have given up, Keith and Evan decided to take on the challenge. They worked together to renovate it gradually, transforming what appeared uninhabitable into a place they could proudly call home. The foundation of Keith and Evan's journey is their relationship, which has become stronger over the 7 years they have been together. They work together on every project, sharing both the struggles and successes of their profession. Their love goes beyond their job. They like being outside and doing adventurous activities such as hiking, kayaking, and snowboarding. Their fun and daring personalities help balance out the stress of renovation work. The heart of their small family is Belle, their beloved pet, who brings joy and warmth to their lives. While both are reserved in some aspects, Keith tends to be more involved on social networking platforms, frequently giving fans a peek into their experiences. On the other hand, Evan, who is typically more introverted, showcases his talent and commitment through his projects, demonstrating his dedication and excellence in each one. The reason why Bargain Block is so popular is not just because of the design changes, but also because of the human stories behind them. Each house renovated by Keith and Evan has a unique story, whether it's about future residents, revitalized neighborhoods, or a city rediscovering its soul. The pair's innovative ideas transform unused buildings into comfortable homes that are full of charm and unique qualities. Their main goal is to make sure these houses stay reasonably priced. By making their work easy to afford, they enable more families to have the opportunity to a lovely and enduring home. Their trip from Denver to Detroit, going from renovating houses to hosting a well-liked TV program, shows that having a strong vision and passion can transform more than just buildings but whole neighborhoods. With her expertise in the Detroit real estate market, Shay Hicks Whitfield brings even more power to their cause. Together, the three of them create an unbeatable team dedicated to revitalizing abandoned areas with a renewed sense of hope. Keith Bynum and Evan Thomas have a brave and passionate story. Keith started his business as a teenager while Evan spent years studying. They both made important decisions that led them to Detroit, a city in need of their love to pursue their dreams. With hard work, imagination, and persistence, they constructed homes and a life united by love, understanding, and common goals. Their tale is heartwarming and inspiring, teaching us about resilience and optimism. Keith Bynum's heartfelt goodbye. When people watch home renovation shows, they usually imagine more than just building and design. They think about stories, communities, and dreams being realized in houses that were once neglected. Keith Bynum, Evan Thomas, and Shay Hicks Whitfield did just that with their HGTV show Bargain Block. Since the show began in 2021, they have not only transformed rundown houses in Detroit, but also revitalized entire neighborhoods one block at a time. After investing years of hard work into Bargain Block, Keith Bynum is now dealing with the difficult truth that the show is ending. Fans are shocked and saddened by the news, while Keith is taking time to reflect on his experiences with honesty and appreciation. The program had finished most of its fourth season by the fall of 2024, and viewers were still enjoying the welcoming and innovative atmosphere created by Keith, Evan, and Shay in every episode. Despite the happy facade and impressive transformations, a shift was on the horizon. HGTV decided to cancel several shows in early 2025, and Bargain Block was one of the victims. For Keith, the announcement felt like it was directed at him because he had invested a lot of his life and who he was in this project. He went on Instagram to speak out for the first time, sharing a sincere message along with a series of pictures. The photos included ones of him standing next to Evan, his partner in both life and work, as well as behind-the-scenes pictures of the production crew who had helped bring the show to life. It wasn't just a farewell, it was a collection of memories from a transformative journey. In his statement, Keith acknowledged that fans won't see them much more on HGTV. He seemed frustrated as he talked about how their lives and business were strained by the demands of a big company. Some viewers saw his comments as a subtle criticism of the network, especially when he mentioned how unpredictable television can be, just as others had warned him. According to Keith, the last 6 months have been a chaotic experience for him. His post was touching because it expressed a lot of gratitude. Even though he was disappointed, he made sure to thank the loyal fans of Bargain Block. Viewers did not just watch for the houses, but for the hosts' personalities and the cozy vibes they brought. Keith, Evan, and Shay just wanted to be themselves and create beautiful homes filled with love when they began this journey, and they succeeded in doing just that. The caption ended on a positive note when Keith hinted at an upcoming exciting announcement about his future. Even though Bargain Block was canceled, it wasn't the end for Keith. It felt like a new beginning, a step towards something different. Fans reacted right away with strong emotions. Many expressed disappointment, sadness, and even anger towards HGTV in the comments section. Some said they would no longer watch the network due to the recent cancellations. Bargain Block was more than just a show to many people. It symbolized hope for Detroit and showed that beauty can come from difficult situations. It also highlighted how passion can transform neglected houses into beloved homes. One fan was unsure if a 5th season of the show was still happening. Keith confirmed that there would be no 5th season, but 4 additional episodes from the current season would air in the summer of 2025 as the final conclusion of Bargain Block. The show would then come to an end. Other HGTV celebrities also gave their opinions. Ty Pennington, an experienced professional in the industry, gave Keith words of support and unity. Ty recognized the challenges of living with the ongoing uncertainty of television, never knowing if a show will continue or be canceled. Despite being in the industry for over 20 years, Ty admitted that the anxiety never completely disappears. His words were both reassuring and serious, showing Keith that he is not alone in feeling frustrated, as many others have experienced similar struggles. Although Keith was thankful for what Bargain Block had provided him, he did not hesitate to admit that he was disappointed. Without a network contract holding him back, he could freely discuss the stress caused by the show's production. While he did not delve into the specifics of the cancellation, his statements indicated that he was emotionally strained and upset by the situation. Whether it was due to declining viewership, a change in the network's direction, or another reason altogether, Keith and his team had to come to terms with the fact that the show was coming to an end. It's hard not to feel for him. Bargain Block was his passion for years. It was his way to connect with fans and improve neighborhoods. Seeing it end, not because he lost interest or skill, but due to someone else's decision, was very upsetting. The cancellation was also hard on fans who expressed their disappointment and sadness on social media. HGTV received even more backlash for canceling another popular show, leading to widespread criticism. Despite the network's success with other shows like Renovation Resort Showdown, the cancellation of Bargain Block was a major blow for many viewers. Fans can find solace in the fact that there are 4 more episodes scheduled to be released in the summer of 2025. These last moments will be a way to say goodbye and see Keith, Evan, and Shay in action once more. Following this, fans will need to keep up with Keith's social media to see what he does next. Keith's farewell is very emotional because of the different feelings expressed in his message. He feels disappointed but also proud of his achievements, thankful for the people who helped him, and hopeful for the future. His story shows how strong he is and serves as a reminder that new opportunities can arise even when one door closes. Bargain Block was more than just fixing up houses. It was also about helping people. The show focused on restoring broken homes and creating a sense of coziness. It showed that every house has a unique history worth sharing. Keith Bynum and his team not only transformed houses in Detroit, but also inspired viewers nationwide. Fans of Bargain Block are getting ready to bid farewell to the show, but they will always have the show's message in their hearts, that beauty can be discovered in unexpected places, love can revive forgotten spaces, and dreams can come true even with limited funds. Though Keith is moving on to new things, his impact will always be remembered. Currently, everyone is looking at him as he gets ready to reveal his next move. The conclusion of Bargain Block doesn't mean the end of his journey, but rather the end of a chapter that will always be cherished by viewers. An honest goodbye after Bargain Block ends. When fans heard that Bargain Block was canceled, they were sad. But Keith Bynum felt the loss more deeply than anyone. He and his husband, Evan Thomas, worked hard on the HGTV show, renovating abandoned houses in Detroit and sharing the process with viewers. Now that the show is ending, Keith is looking back on the journey and the difficulties they faced. On June 22, Keith posted on Instagram to express his true emotions. He was honest, and his words showed the frustration and disappointment he felt after facing challenges in the television industry for months. He said the past 6 months had been tough on their business, their patience, and their sense of stability. Although they met great people on television, they also encountered difficult personalities. Keith realized that not everything about their experience on HGTV was smooth. Keith acknowledged feeling frustrated but reassured his followers that hope still remained. He mentioned that the partnership with HGTV might be coming to an end, but he and Evan were enthusiastic about what lies ahead. They had created something substantial over time beyond just a TV show, a dedicated group of individuals who shared their values. The community of fans, friends, and supporters had grown alongside them, and Keith emphasized that this strong connection would endure even after the cameras were turned off. The conclusion of Bargain Block reminded them of how much progress they had made. In 2017, Keith and Evan made a big decision that changed their lives. They decided to leave their familiar surroundings and move to Detroit, a city they had never visited before. Although many people thought it was a risky move, it marked the beginning of something special for them. Detroit presented them with both challenges and opportunities, and they quickly started to make a name for themselves. Instead of focusing on making quick money, the couple prioritized something more meaningful. They aimed to revitalize neglected neighborhoods that had been ignored for too long, and they wanted to create homes that were affordable for real families. In 2021, when Bargain Block first aired, viewers related to the show. They saw more than just home renovations. They witnessed a couple transforming neglected spaces into cozy homes with passion. The show was filled with energy, creativity, and a clear mission. Each episode radiated this spirit, making it a fan favorite on HGTV. Keith's transparency regarding the challenges faced behind the scenes revealed the reality that television can be deceptive. He acknowledged that there were difficult times in the industry, prompting them to stay true to themselves. Keith and Evan stayed authentic throughout it all, which resonated with viewers and became their biggest appeal. The couple's work in Detroit went beyond just television. They dedicated their time to revitalizing neighborhoods like Pembroke and Fitzgerald by purchasing abandoned houses and renovating them. They bought homes for a minimal amount, refurbished them, and sold them as affordable starter homes, priced between $100,000 and $150,000. These homes provided families in Detroit with the opportunity to become homeowners, something that was not easily achievable in a city where the average income was $35,000. During their journey, they had the support of real estate expert Shay Hicks Whitfield, who became a vital part of the show and their lives. Shay worked closely with Keith and Evan, sharing her expertise and warmth throughout the process. Over time, she became more than just a colleague. She became like family to them. Shay often compared their bond to having little brothers, and their closeness was evident whenever they appeared on screen together. The trio wasn't just focused on selling houses. They were also focused on creating hope, affordability, and community. The popularity of Bargain Block was evident from the start. With over 14 million viewers watching, the show rose quickly in the cable television ratings. It became more than just a form of entertainment. It became a way to showcase Detroit's revitalization and highlight the beauty in overlooked places. The success of the show led to a spin-off called Bargain Block New Orleans, taking the vision beyond Detroit. Throughout it all, Keith praised the city that had provided them with so many opportunities, frequently emphasizing Detroit's abundance of creativity and inspiration. However, once the cameras were turned off, Keith started feeling the heaviness of the loss. On June 26th, he made a comeback on Instagram, this time discussing the emotional aspect of the situation. He talked about the importance of letting go of negative emotions like anger and sadness, emphasizing that moving forward sometimes requires letting go of things that no longer benefit you. Other HGTV personalities, including Egypt Sherrod, who had also experienced a recent cancellation, reached out to Keith with supportive words and motivational messages. They reassured Keith that endings are just the start of something new, and that the world is eagerly anticipating what he and Evan will create in the future. The fans expressed their love for the show. They received messages that showed surprise, disappointment, and gratitude. Many viewers said that Bargain Block was one of the best shows on HGTV, praising the empathy and originality of Keith, Evan, and Shay in every renovation. Families who benefited from their work spoke about the passion and sincerity that made the show unique. Keith, Evan, and Shay responded with gratitude over the July 4th weekend, saying that the love they received made them believe in life again. They were amazed at the kindness that came from all directions. The show ending doesn't mean Keith and Evan's story is over. They have established themselves in Detroit, starting a design firm and a resale shop that showcases their style. Their connection to the city has deepened, and they now consider themselves true Michiganders after buying a second home in northern Michigan. Their bond with the city they moved to, sight unseen, is now rock solid. A heartfelt journey with Bargain Block. Keith Bynum has always been able to bring joy to others with his funny personality, imaginative ideas, and natural charisma. He has become popular among fans for these qualities. But recently he shared some sad news about missing an episode of his show and the reason behind Bargain Block coming to an end. Keith kickstarted things on Instagram by asking his fans a simple question about the latest episode of Bargain Block, even though he hadn't watched it himself. He humorously admitted to not tuning in because he wanted an HBO Max login, showcasing his playful personality that fans adore. He did not see an episode from the last season of the show Bargain Block. The final season started in August with 4 special episodes filled with heart and creativity from Keith, Evan Thomas, and Shay Hicks Whitfield. The episode that aired on August 27 showcased their magic as they transformed a worn-down mid-century modern home in Detroit into something new and beautiful. The change was incredible. Keith, who is known for being very detail-oriented and having a strong love for design, showed how just adding a little bit of color can completely change the feel of a room. He posted pictures on Instagram of the home office makeover, showing the before and after. He explained that they used Sherwin-Williams sea salt paint, which brought a sense of freshness and tranquility to the home. The final outcome was a perfect mix of style and comfort, a space that honored its original design while also being modern and ready for everyday living. Evan Thomas added his thoughts on the project as well. In his post, he talked about the detailed planning that went into their work. He described how the design was meant to pay tribute to the mid-century style of the house while also making it attractive to modern buyers. Evan believed in honoring the past while also making something that felt new and exciting. This mix of old and new is what set their designs apart, and fans appreciated how they could rejuvenate old homes and give them a fresh look. Shay Hicks Whitfield, the reliable real estate agent and friend who worked with them, also shared a heartfelt message of gratitude. She thanked the fans who have been loyal to the show since the beginning. For her, it wasn't just about selling homes or showcasing renovations. It was about being part of a growing family with each episode. She expressed her thanks to those who watched, supported, and appreciated their efforts. To her, the love from the fans was the most fulfilling aspect of their experience. The team received a lot of support, which was very valued after Keith shared some sad news earlier in the summer. In June, he revealed that Bargain Block had been canceled after 4 seasons, leaving fans devastated. Keith was also open about feeling conflicted. In an Instagram quanda, he mentioned that the show was all set for a 5th season, with everything in place and even HGTV giving the green light initially. However, in February, the network decided to stop production, which was a sudden and disappointing change, considering the hard work and passion the team had put into the show. Several other HGTV shows like Married to Real Estate, Izzy Does It, and Farmhouse Fixer were also canceled at the same time as Bargain Block. The cancellations continued in July with shows like Battle on the Beach, Christina on the Coast, and The Flipping El Musas. Many fans were surprised by the wave of cancellations and started to question the future of their favorite stars. Keith felt a deep connection to the end of Bargain Block. It was more than just a TV show to him. It was a dream he and Evan had worked hard to make a reality. Each house they fixed up, every neighborhood they improved, and every family they assisted was a part of a larger vision. The show wasn't about celebrity or ratings. It was about making things beautiful, inspiring hope, and demonstrating what can be achieved when you combine passion with a sense of purpose. Before the last episodes aired, Keith sent a heartfelt message to fans expressing his gratitude. He mentioned how amazing it was to be part of something special for 5 years and how tough it was to say farewell. Keith also talked about the warmth of the fans who welcomed them as if they were family, sharing hugs and handshakes and showing kindness. These interactions had a profound effect on him, highlighting the strong connection the show had with its audience. Keith acknowledged the emotions he and Evan experienced. When they first heard the decision, they felt anger. It was hard to come to terms with their journey ending abruptly. However, they found comfort in the support of their fans during this challenging time. The outpouring of love and concern from their fans helped them stay strong. It made them realize that their work was important, and the bond they shared with their viewers would outlast the show. He concluded his message with optimism. He expressed thanks for being able to leave HGTV on a positive note, feeling confident that the show ended respectfully. While they did not make the decision to leave, he remained hopeful about what the future might bring. He was confident that their fans would stand by them no matter where they ended up, whether it be on a different network or in a new project. This assurance brought him a sense of calm as he gazed toward what lay ahead. The Bargain Block journey was more than just renovating houses. It was about believing in second chances, turning forgotten places into vibrant communities. Each house they worked on had a story, and each family that moved in became a part of that story. Keith, Evan, and Shay transformed rundown buildings into cozy homes, creating new memories and bringing hope to struggling neighborhoods. For fans, the show holds a special place in their hearts. It was more than just a TV show. It symbolized community, creativity, and love. What do you think about Keith and Evan? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more celebrity gist. Before you go, watch the other videos on your screen.